here we are early in the morning and the start of a program where we're in search of a golden orb web weaving spider. We're going to head from here down the creek to where I think we're going to find some beautiful big female golden orb spiders. I've come up here a little bit because I thought there might be some spiders up here, but I haven't seen too many in this area. So it's a lovely, lovely walk up here for a stint, and we'll get some shots of around the area here. But where we're going to go here from next is down creek to where it opens up, and hopefully we'll find some really nice big ones. The reason why we try to find these spiders early in the morning or late in the afternoon is because of the atmosphere. They don't actually, light isn't a big thing for them. They sense the moisture in the air, and they sense the air thickness. The air's different in the morning and also the afternoon, and that's when they're likely to feed, is early morning, late afternoon. During the day they do all their work repairing their nests and what have you, so that's when we want to catch these spiders, when they're at their vibrant best, ready to eat. So that's why we do it early in the morning. Okay, we've come down to this part of the river now, and this is where I expect to find Big Mama. I can see a web that's spanning the riverbed here. Let's go down and have a look, and hopefully it's her. Okay, this spider web spans the width of the riverbed. She's not a golden orb, but what she looks like she's done is, see, there's holes in this web, and I wouldn't mind betting that a golden orb is right near us somewhere here. Actually, I can see there is, they're around us. What this one's done, this one has taken over the web. This is actually a golden orb web, and this spider has taken it over. Wow, look at the fangs on this baby. Here she comes, look at her. She's gonna head back up into this tree, and she's going to sit. Okay, isn't she beautiful? She's now come out of the web here, and she's moved back up underneath these bushes, and she's going to sit here and rest until another insect jumps in her web and she gets to eat it. She's not a golden orb, and she's got a set of fangs on her, but she's beautiful. When you're out walking in the bush and you do see the fox baits around because they're trying to eradicate these foxes, you might wonder, how does the fox baits affect Australian native animals? Well, they do put the fox baits underground. They bury them so that the foxes have got to dig them up, and a lot of Australian animals don't dig in to find that sort of food. But the fox baits are predominantly based with warfarin, which speed the blood up and actually cause heart attacks in the foxes. You might ask, well, aren't some Australian native animals going to be caught up in that? Well, here's the trick. Australian native animals eat a lot of the plants and a lot of the Australian native fauna that are meant to be eaten by those animals. And did you know a lot of Australian native trees and bushes and all the Australian native stuff has an ingredient like warfarin in it? So where it affects the fox in a much greater degree, it doesn't affect the Australian native animal so much. So that's the trick to it. That's why they use it so much. look at this. Here she is, the big mama, the big golden orb web spider. Fantastic. And this spider, even though she only lives for 3 months, grows to the size of the palm of my hand in 3 months' time. She's still got last night's dinner in the web, and hasn't she got a set of teeth on her? Unlike most web weaving spiders, they will break down their web and build a new one the next day. What she does is, she comes and repairs her web each day. And the reason why she does that is because she makes such a thick web. Some of this yellow silk that you see attached to these trees can be like fishing line. It's that tight. And the webs are so strong that you get small birds and even bats that will fly into them at night. Unbelievable. When she spools out her silk, she can change the actual thickness of her silk as she pushes it out. So whether it be, and amazing as it might seem, they always say the bird-eating spider from South America. Well, here is a bird-eating spider from Australia, the golden orb. And that's the ability she has, is to adjust the thickness of her web to the size of her prey. So obviously, small bird, bigger thick web, moth, cicada, whatever it might be, smaller animal, thinner web. Okay, we're going to move down now over to where the water goes on top of this creek. Because what they like to do is they like to set up webs directly where the water falls over, because that's where a lot of bugs come in the evening to drink water, just as it goes over the edge there. Look at this, folks. Thousands of years ago. Looks to me like a place where the Aborigines would have come, and they would have sharpened their spears right in these grooves. Imagine how much they did that to make out those grooves. Okay, just as I'd said, right where the water goes over the top of the rocks here into the creek bed below, they've positioned their webs perfectly, because the bugs fly over the top here to go down and have a drink and whack straight in the nest last night's dinner. These spiders have an amazing yellow colour which sits right in the middle. So where your kneecap is, that's where the yellow bit is. Where your elbow is, that's where the yellow bit is. Look at the thickness of these webs. Look at that. What I also have in front of me is an Australian native tree. And that Australian native tree is called an old man Banksia, named after Sir Joseph Banks, who arrived here in 1770 with the greatest adventurer ever known, Captain Cook. Whee! Look at this. This is her beautiful silk web. And look at that. Look at that. How strong is that? Oh, she's just, it's amazing. Look at that. I haven't destroyed her web. I don't want you to think I've destroyed her web. This is an old web we found near the ground. That's beautiful yellow silk. Not only is the funnel web and also the redback spider, there's lots of other spiders to learn about in the Australian bush. And the golden orb is a classic one because she's plentiful throughout the Sydney and also the east coast of Australia. Did you know she also gets bigger as you go towards the equator? Get out there, come and have a look at her.